Now let's meet the starting lineups for your Andover Huskies. Starting goal, junior, number 31, Clarabella Hills. The lefty, senior, number 3, Mackenzie Jones. The right D is senior, number 25, Courtney Little. The left wing, senior, number 28, Hannah Olsen. The right wing, senior, number 9, Hannah Christensen. And the center, senior, number 11, Maya Engler. Andover is coached by Melissa Volk. Fans, as we honor America, if you are able, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, performed tonight by the Andover High School Choir, directed by Joshua Telschow.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
If you're looking for award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Mike Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Welcome back into the Andover Community Center, just about set for some high school hockey. It's a top 5 battle in girls Class AA. Second-ranked Edina and the defending state champions traveling to Andover to take on fourth-ranked Andover. A team out to a 1-1 start, hosting a team out to a 2-0 beginning to the season, and the Hornets having won 8 straight going back to last year's section playoffs. Last time the Hornets have lost a game was the regular season finale, 3-1 at Orono back on February the 1st. They would, of course, go on to rattle off an impressive 6-game winning streak en route to the 5th state title in program history. I'm Matt Dean alongside our producer Curtis Gillin. It's our first Fox 9 Plus Game of the Week right here on Fox 9's YouTube channel. You can find us every Tuesday bringing you a big-time matchup in high school sports. And we're on the ice tonight here in a big-time rematch of the 2021 state title game. Last year, these two teams met twice, the Hornets and the Huskies splitting a pair of meetings. Both were played at Braemar Arena. Lorelei Nelson, a Penn State commit, is going to take the opening draw here for Edina. She'll briefly win the drop, it looked like, but it's snapped back there by Maya Engler, who's headed to St. Thomas, and away we go. Engler's the center out there with Hannah Christensen and Hannah Olsen, a pair of seniors. And then on the D, it's Mackenzie Jones, the Wisconsin commit, and Courtney Little, another defenseman headed to St. Thomas for this Andover team. Andover in the black, the Hornets and the Kelly Greens here breaking it out. Libby Moe and Taylor Gardner are the defensemen, and it's Nelson, Horton, and Thierl up front as the forwards for 2-0 and number 2 ranked Edina, the defending state champions. Here it's carried in by Lorelei Nelson. She'll flip it in behind. Claire Hills comes out to play it with the paddle, the junior who starts in net tonight for Andover. Worked up the blue line, fired through. Not a bad idea here. Looking for a tip out front for Charlotte Thierl, the junior. Not sure she got a stick played to it. If she did, it deflected wide. In behind here with Whitney Horton, fourth-year varsity player who had a hat trick and 5 points in the opener last week against Rogers. She scored again on Saturday, now has 102 career points in her Edina Hornet career. There's a call for icing here as it goes end-to-end. For a moment, it looked like the Hornets might be getting a penalty drawn their way, but no whistle on the reach in, and it goes end-to-end here for a first icing call. 15 minutes, 40 seconds left to play here in the first. Just a minute 20 gone, or 2 minutes and 20 gone here at the Andover Community Center. Worked around here the perimeter by Taylor Schreifels. Held up at the left point now by number 25, Courtney Little. Gets it in deep. Feathered out front from behind the cage, and now Little tries again, working it up from the left side, half boards it in deep. Here it's picked up by Lily Horton, the sophomores, the younger sister of the forward Whitney Horton, who was an all-tourney team selection at last year's Class AA tournament, won by the Hornets. Lily's playing in her first year of varsity hockey, the defenseman number 23 for Edina, one of a couple of Hortons to keep out. An eye out for Reese McConnell. Reaches out and ices that puck to stop things with 14:56 left to go. So just over 2 minutes gone now into the period. McConnell, a senior, is making her second start of the year. Edina, of course, split starts pretty evenly last season. McConnell was the one, though, that was the hot hand the Hornets rolled through in all 3 state tournament games. Whitney Horton entered the faceoff circle, and her new opponent not going to win the draw here for Andover. Now it's broken out by Lorelei Nelson. She'll sweep it in from neutral. Onside shot here, saved by Hills, as the Hornets got something going on the rush, and Charlotte Thierl elevated that puck in on the junior netminder for Andover. Second season for Hills with the Huskies. She initially transferred from Orono. She comes in 1-1 with a .970 save percentage 2 games into the season. A junior in net for Andover. Trying to poke at it at the point was Brenna Prelwitz, not able to hold the zone, and now it's carried forward by Hannah Christensen for Andover. Oh, she gets bumped off the puck there, and a stern hit from Libby Moe, number 7 for Edina. And the Hornets trying to carry it out now with Horton. Lost it in the near side circle, and it leaks back out to neutral here for Maya Engler for Andover. Able to angle it through the neutral zone, but only onto the stick of Lorelei Nelson. She's pressured at the blue line, stays on one knee, and is able to shuttle it up the boards here left side. Whitney Horton still with it for Edina. Horton tries to twist her way inside, battle at neutral. Clips back out into the Hornet zone. How about that skating from Libby Moe? Takes it right through the pressure, end-to-end off the blue line, and then chips it in for herself. Some great skating from number 7, a sophomore. Tries to throw it out in front. Libby Moe playing in her second varsity season. 5 goals, 21 assists last year. She's got 1 assist for her lone point so far this year. That hit the skate of Whitney Horton as she was headed to the bench for Edina. And a shot from the left point here, ripped in. Saved there by McConnell. Trying again is Little. Couple of shots on target, back-to-back from the left defenseman. McConnell there standing tall. 13-18 left to go here in this opening period. We have not yet played 4 here from the Andover Community Center. 0-0 our score between second-ranked Edina and fourth-ranked Andover. Face-off coming to McConnell's right in the defensive zone. And it's cleared out of the second effort, skipping past Little. And now the Hornets in a race for it. Audrey Davis, number 14, showing some good speed. Almost won it back in the forecheck. Hornets will touch back up here at neutral. Swung in by Camille DeBuck, the Quinnipiac commit. And Audrey Davis, again, showing that elite speed, getting in behind. 4 goals last year as a freshman for Davis. She's got 2 so far this year. Lily Horton works it up the left side. Again, Audrey Davis involved. Flipped it along in behind. Lily Fensky can't clear it out all the way, and it's hung up on the Andover bench. Still the Hornets hold. Slipped across, shot for the lefty stick of Lily Horton. Pretty comfortable glove save there from Hills. Able to track it all the way. 12:28 left to go here in the first period. The shots right now 3-2 in favor of visiting Edina. And the Hornets will have an O-zone face-off coming up to our left. Lorelei Nelson is the one set to take it up against Maya Engler. Nelson wins the draw. Banked back in for the point here by the Hornets. Emerson Fritz working with it behind the cage. All right, that's Charlotte Farrell, number 18. They get it back up here to Gardner. Switched across to her defensive partner, Prelwitz, who sent it in deep. There's Farrell again. Gets it to Horton. She got slammed up the wall, but kept it moving. Shot from the left point by Gardner. Nice job by Christensen to get out there and block it. Hornets able to send it in deep. Long shift for the Huskies. They're able to flip it out in the backhander and make some changes now on that Andover bench. Icing is called, and it'll be coming back here into Edina's offensive zone. Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the first period. No score. Shots edge Edina 3-2 here in the first period. These two teams, as we mentioned, split a pair of meetings last year. Both games played at Braemar. The Huskies won 3-0 just after Christmas. Edina would answer back less than a month later in January with a 3-0 win. Both played at Edina's home barn last season. The Huskies have won 5 of the last 6 meetings in this series since Edina beat Andover for the state title back in the 2021 Class AA title game. None of the players involved in this game played in that one. Now over 3 years ago, but both these head coaches, Sammy Cowger on the Edina bench and Melissa Volk on the Andover bench, were the coaches back then. Capson back out to the neutral zone. Gina Russo will play it back into her own D zone. Up the left flank from Camille DeBuck. She was trying to stretch it to Emerson Fritz. Walked it over the blue line, but won back there nicely by Atkinson and the Huskies. They get it back in where it's comfortably controlled here by Prelwitz. A lot of zone time for the Hornets. They've controlled most of the play here in the first period, of which we played now over 6 minutes. 10:40 left to go here in the first stanza. Libby Moe keeping it working beneath their own red line. Prelwitz up the right flank. Flip back out in a backhander by the Hornets. And this will be settled down by number 4, Taylor Schreifels. Second-year varsity player, now a sophomore. Given up on the blue line there by Gertis. Hornets try to take advantage. Centering feed. Looking for Kate McCoy. Third line out of the ice here for Edina. And the pass mishandled back of the blue line by Prelwitz. So the Hornets have to touch back up with Libby Moe. 10:08 left to go. Nearly 7 minutes gone. Moe banks it up ahead to herself. Shoots. Missed the mark going high and wide there. Aiming top shelf on Claire Hills. Back out to the neutral zone where McCoy has it shuffled past her by Schreifels. And picked up by Lily Horton. Able to switch it across D to D. Moe tries to move it up past her own bench. And it gets whacked back in here by Andover. 9:40 left to play here in the first period. Good pace. Edina's had a bit more of the puck here in the first period. Desperation. Poke check at it there by McConnell as that loose puck kind of just trickled all the way back to her. And a panicked clear there a bit by Edina. Stopping the clock with 9:26 left to play. No score. They've still just got the 5 shots up on the board. 3 of them coming here for Edina at the Andover Community Center. Matt Dean with you here. Glad you could join us in our first Tuesday night featured game of the week, our Fox 9 game of the week. We'll be bringing you a different prep hockey or basketball matchup every Tuesday for free right here on Fox 9's YouTube channel. Curtis Jolin, our producer. I'm Matt Dean. Worked along the boards here by Lorelei Nelson. Andover turns it over. Nelson with a good back-checking stick in there. That was Camille DuBuck, actually, who turned it back over, and then she's able to float it through to Nelson. Nelson trying to stretch it up to the winger, Whitney Horton. Hornets carried in on the second effort now with Taylor Gardner. Gardner, a third-year varsity player. She was part of the state all-tourney team last year. Edina had, as you would imagine, plenty of selections on that all-tournament team as they were the winners at state. 4 of them and 3 return as seniors this season. So Edina very much coming back with a lot of that firepower from last season. The Hornets returning 74% of their goals, 68% of their total points from last year's title team. The reigning state champions graduated just 5 seniors, although one of them was Miss Hockey finalist Hannah Halverson, who's now playing for the Wisconsin Badgers. Edina gets it in deep with 8.5 minutes left to go. Andover have been composed in the defensive zone, and they've needed to be. Nice pass there by Piper Andrews to float it through for Ella Thorson. Thorson wears a bit of a hit there up along the boards, coming in from one of the Hornets, Brenna Prelwitz. And now it's jammed up right at the blue line, still in the offensive zone for the Huskies. It will leak back out here to neutral, and that's floated back in by Mackenzie Jones. Will be joining that former Hornet, Hannah Halverson, at the University of Wisconsin next year. Jones, a defenseman, wears number 3 for Andover. She's a Badger commit who led Andover in points last year as a defenseman. She ranked 4th in the state among all blue liners in Class AA, recording a huge season of 18 goals and 47 points for the Huskies. 7.5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Nice breakout and a move by Kayla Starr up the left side for Edina. Starr centers it, paddle in there from Hills, cleared it out of the danger area for Andover. That was maybe the best chance of the game right there. Kayla Starr making a move in the neutral zone, beating her defender, and then trying to go down the Royal lane there with a cross-crease pass. In by McCoy. Wins it off the wall and centers. Kicked off the skate of Davis. Cleared back out to the top of the circle. Andover still struggling to get it out here with Christensen. Eventually they do take it out and flip it forward now where Audrey Davis is in pursuit. Camille DeBuck came in there to settle it down for Edina. Inside 7 minutes left to go in the first period. Shots favoring the Hornets 3-2. It's a defensive battle between 2 teams that have played sterling defense to open up the year. Oh, nice poke check in there to lodge it free there by Whitney Horton, but a little bit of a break there as McQuail was able to get in there in position and upended on the forecheck. Down goes Christensen for Andover, centering feed, and Edina nearly turned that into a goal. Whitney Horton kind of twisted down the Husky player Christensen. There's not going to be a call coming. Incidental contact, they'll say. And Jones flipping it across here to her defensive partner. It's up the line and out of the zone for Andover. Inside 6 minutes left to play in the first period. Edina scored 14 straight goals to open up the season. They led Proctor Hermantown 6-0 in their second game of the year on Saturday at the second intermission before giving up their first goal in the third. Oh, McConnell made a save there, gave up a rebound, and then kind of was caught in between, coming out of her crease to play it. She stayed back on her line, and one of her defensemen came in to clear it out. Dangerous chance there for Andover for a moment. Nobody there to pick up the rebound. Jones plays it up right onto the stick of the Buck. She'll play it up the left side here for Stella Hankinson. Hankinson twisting at it. Fritz was coming in for support. Hankinson tried to walk it in between the circles. Bumped there by Fritz. Tried to drop it back to the blue line. It'll clear back instead, and the Hornets have to touch back up. Andover making some line changes, but the Hornets caught offsides there as Libby Moe entered the zone just after her teammate had done ahead of the puck, and it'll bring it back for a neutral zone face-off. 5 minutes, 2 seconds left to play here in the first period. And this one will be a drawdown at neutral between Audrey Davis, the sophomore for Edina, and Julia Gertis, a 10th grader on the other side for Andover. Heavy pass off the skates of Davis. She goes and picks up the rebound and then swings one in around the barrier here with 4:50 left to play at the Andover Community Center first period. Courtney Little threads it through up the left side, race to the puck. Lily Horton was going to win the race to it. She lets it go as the Hornets will take the offensive zone face-off after the whistle. So we mentioned what's coming back for this Edina team. Everybody but 5 seniors back for the state championship team a year ago. Andover, who finished 4th at state last year, returned 80% of their point scoring. Over 3/4 of their goals. They returned their top 2 scorers in defenseman Mackenzie Jones, who we talked about headed to Wisconsin, and Hannah Christensen. 6 of their top 8 scorers back overall. As we said, good for 80% of their point scoring, returning from last year's team that reached the state semifinals. Peyton Olsen got knocked off the puck, carried back in here by Davis. She pulls it out wide right. Still Davis with it behind the Andover cage for Edina. Shuffled along here in the cycle. Kayla Starr fed it out front. No rebound. Hills reached around her post to cover it. Stop the clock with 4 minutes, 4 seconds left here in period number 1. Matt Dean with you here on Fox 9 YouTube channel with a face-off coming for the Hornets in the offensive zone. Lorelei Nelson, future Nittany Lion, taking the draw there for Edina. Won by Andover, but they're pinned deep in their own zone here up against the wall as Nelson battles for it and gets it back in the corner now for Edina. Poke check free up to the half boards. Kicked back in deep by Engler for Andover. And now playing it up is Jones. Threw it off the stick of one of the Hornets in the neutral zone, and Edina gets it back in. Banked in behind here by number 11, DeBuck. And jostled back out to the half boards. Whipped at by Therrell. And now the forecheck comes for the Hornets with inside 3.5 minutes left to play here in the first period. Christensen calling for the pass off the half board. She receives it, skates away from Horton, gets it up the right side to Olsen. She tries to feed it circle to circle. The Huskies are going to make some changes here and leave Piper Andrews in there alone with the puck. She loses it outnumbered beneath the red line. 3 minutes left to go as it's hung up on the half board. Still first period, loose puck fell to one of the Huskies, who fired in a quick shot there on McConnell. Closed off the lane on the near side post. Inside 3 minutes left to play, 2:56 to be precise. Here in the first period. Footage today courtesy of QCTV's broadcast. Check out their great coverage of high school sports at qctv.org here in the Andover community. Matt Dean with you here on Fox 9's YouTube channel. 2:47 left to play here in the first period. Still no score between 2 state semifinalists from a year ago. The reigning champions, Edina, have not lost since the regular season finale last year in Orono. And they've won 8 straight, including last year's run to the state title and a 2-0 start to begin this year. Andover out to a 1-1 start and looking to get things going offensively. They have just 1 goal through their first 2 games of the season. They have played a mountain of a schedule, facing 4th-ranked Holy Angels, a top 5-ranked team at a Class A. They beat them 1-0 to start the year and then lost 2-0 at number 1 Minnetonka last week Thursday. The Skippers were a state semifinalist last year, beat Andover in the 3rd-place game at state, and come back with a ton of talent and maybe the best crop of players in the state. Minnetonka getting the edge in the Let's Play Hockey rankings a little bit controversially over the Edina Hornets, who we talked about won state last year and have so much coming back. Libby Moe's shot deflected wide there by the Andover Blue Liners, and a chance at a break up ahead for Andover, working her way through the first poke check and firing one in on goal. How about that stick-to-itiveness and strength there from the Huskies? Really nice play to nearly open up a chance there for Andover. 90 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Losing the faceoff there was Maya Engler for Andover. And the Hornets have it once again. They've now been outshot 5-4 by Andover, but doesn't tell the whole story. It's been a lot of Edina on the puck. Christensen finessing one in around the wall here, looking for teammate up along the boards. And it's hung up at the half wall here. Jones holds it in, flips in a bouncing puck, and it tips its way through in for a goal for Andover. Less than a minute left to go in the period. Andover strikes first. There was a slight tip up at the line by Christensen, who batted it home for the Huskies. 1-0 Andover. Well, it was a simple play by Mackenzie Jones, who held it in from the right point. And I don't know if it was by design, but she sent in a heck of a bouncing puck that McConnell had a tough time handling. Christensen was there to apply the final scoring touch, and it's 1-0 Huskies as they score with 58 seconds left of the period.
1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute.
Opening goal for Christensen. It's her first of the season after she scored a career-high 15 goals and 35 points last year as a junior for the Huskies. Andover looking for a second here with about 20 seconds left to go. Huskies get twisted up between the circles. Christensen from Jones on the opening goal. 58 seconds remaining in the period. The time of the marker has the fourth-ranked Huskies in front on Edina. These two teams split a pair of meetings last year, and that's going to milk the rest of the clock here to end the first period. Andover scoots one past Reese McConnell inside the final minute of the period. Hannah Christensen, the senior, committed to Northeastern, scoring her first goal of the season, assisted by future Badger Mackenzie Jones, and the Huskies grab one late in the stanza to take a 1-0 lead. We'll step aside for the first intermission break. It's Andover 1, Edina 0 in this battle of two top 5 ranked teams in the state of Minnesota. Back more for the second period coming up next on Fox 9.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
If you're looking for award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Mike Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Back inside the Andover Community Center, the hometown Huskies leading it 1-0 here in our Fox 9 game of the week, our first of the season that we're bringing you every Tuesday here on Fox 9's YouTube channel. Find us on youtube.com/Fox9. I'm Matt Dean. We got Curtis Jolin producing. Our footage courtesy of QCTV, community television, up here in the Andover community. Taking a look at some of the numbers from that first period of action. The shots early on were not heavy, but edge Edina. They had about the first 3 or 4 of the game. A lot of offensive zone time, and The numbers might not indicate it, but Edina actually had a lot of the better of the play in that first period. These two teams so stout defensively. Andover had come in giving up just one goal to their first two games, as had Edina, and it was just kind of a little bit of a bouncing puck sent in from the right point by Mackenzie Jones. Tough time for Reese McConnell. Really good goalie for Edina to track it through. And there was a brief tip out front by Hannah Christensen. A crafty shot by the senior committed to Northeastern, who scores with 58 seconds remaining in that opening period to put Andover in front. So with 58 seconds left on the clock, Christensen assisted by Jones scoring to put Andover up 1-0. So the fourth-ranked team of the state leading the number 2 in just the third matchup of the season for both these clubs. There were no penalties committed. We had great pace, up and down hockey with a lot of great skating on display. And there's some firepower in these two lineups, but both teams very stout defensively. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised. A couple of great goalies and 3 Division I commits on the blue line, locking things down. We've got just the one goal to report. The tip in front by Christensen on the Jones shot from the right point has the Huskies in the lead 1-0. We'll take a break and come on back here for second period action next on Fox 9+.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
If you're looking for award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Like Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
For award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Mike Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
Back inside the Andover Community Center, it is 1-0 Huskies leading the defending state champion Edina Hornets. Girls hockey on tap here in our first Fox 9 game of the week. Alongside Curtis Jolin, our producer, I'm Matt Dean. Glad you make us a part of your Tuesday evening. It has been a matchup as good as advertised. Two state semifinalists from a year ago, both ranked among the state's top 4 to open the year, and two rock-solid defenses. They were tough to unlock. It took a bit of a fortuitous bounce, I would say, for Andover to find the game's first goal. It was held in at the right point by Mackenzie Jones. She sent in a bit of a bouncing puck that was tipped in by Hannah Christensen. Reese McConnell, a normally sure-handed netminder, had a tough time tracking a hopping puck off the ice through a lot of traffic out in front. Edina down 1-0. It feels like they had a lot of the better of the play in the first period, and while the shots on goal don't necessarily reflect that, Edina are going to feel pretty good, I think, head coach Sammy Calger, about the way that the Hornets played in the first period. Get back to it and try to be a little more fine and a little more sharp around the goal here to finish off some scoring chances. All right, so the Hornets and the Huskies will switch sides here. The Hornets and the Kelly Greens will go from left to right from your vantage point here on YouTube and Fox 9 Plus. The Huskies wearing the alternate kind of tribute to the military uniforms. They got the red, white, and blue numbers. I like our nation's flag. I don't like having to read it on numerals, I would say, quite as much here for the Huskies. Good-looking uniforms, not the favorite of a play-by-play broadcaster. All right, we're underway here in the second period. Hornets immediately creating there between the circles. A last shot by Claire Hills. I think she got a piece of that puck to clear it out between the circles. The second effort did not clear through to the netminder. She'll flop on top of the puck. They whistled the play dead. Hornets start celebrating a deflection in. That's going to be waved off. The whistle had come before Charlotte Therrell had whacked that one over the goal line. It's not going to count. It was a brief celebration and not too much argument from the Hornets. Now Lorelei Nelson will step up to the dot, win a quick draw as she tried to center it in to Charlotte Therrell, who briefly thought she had just scored a game-tying goal for Edina. 16:28 left to go. Good call by the officials. They lose track of the puck. You got to whistle the play dead. They did that. Oh, odd man rush the other way for a moment for Andover. Standing tall was Libby Moe, the sophomore, who stepped into a big varsity role last year as a freshman. En route to the state title, she had to make the play there, closing out the attackers for Andover. We're going to have a whistle and a cross-check call, and it's going to be our first special teams opportunity of the game. Maya Engler is being shown to the sin bin for the offense. Engler for Andover for a cross-check. And Edina have our first power play opportunity of the game less than a minute into the second period. So power play for the Hornets. Andover so far have not given up a power play goal in the season. They're 7 for 7 on the kill. Edina have 4 power play goals in 6 tries, 2 games into the season. Penalty called at 16:03, less than a minute into the period. And Edina still trying to set up this power play. Nice job to waste some time here by the Husky penalty killers. Still, Audrey Davis tries to find it in her own end here for Edina. Finally able to link it up ahead to Kate McCoy. She'll switch it across to the ice. Left side, losing an edge was Whitney Horton. St. Thomas commit enters the zone on side, but gives it up here to Andover. And already 45 seconds gone in this 2-minute power play here for the Hornets. They do not look like a team that have gotten out to a great start on the power play, which they have 4 of 6. Here's Nelson. How about that work rate for number 28, Hannah Olson, on the penalty kill. 4th-year varsity player, a senior. And now it's broken through here for a backhanded look by Christensen. Flips one in on McConnell, who makes the save to Stoner. A short-handed opportunity for the Huskies. The best look at this power play so far for Edina, as they've struggled to settle it into the zone. 14:51 left to go. Now a great kill so far here for the Huskies. Olsen losing the draw. That time now to McCoy, and the Hornets will try to get it in deep to set it up. Charlotte Thurl gets it to the corner. 35 seconds left on this Edina power play. Hankinson comes in to try to fish it out. We'll leak it back past Kayla Starr. 25 seconds left in the power play for the Hornets. They have not gotten a shot on goal here in this try. That one will technically count as a pass from DeBuck. Skips all the way through in on Hills, who ices it with 19 seconds left to go on the skater advantage. And the Hornets trailing by a goal. A crucial offensive zone faceoff here in the power play. Hankinson will take it for the Hornets. Goes up against Andrews and able to win it back to the blue line here for Brenna Prelwitz. Prelwitz sends a bouncing puck in deep. 10 seconds left on this Edina power play. Hung up in the corner. Huskies making it really tough on this electrifying Hornets power play. Chopped out the rest of the way by Thorson, and that'll kill off the penalty. First special teams chance of the game. Hornets come up empty, and it stays 1-0 Andover after a big kill from the Huskies. That is their 8th penalty they've killed off in a row to start the season. Still a perfect 100%. 14 minutes left to play here in the second, less than that. Scooted up the left side looking for Andrews. It fell to Camila DeBuck, the 5'8 senior. And now skated out of the zone there. Very confident on the puck. Taylor Gardner. All-state tournament team selection last year, one of 3 coming back of the 4 picked. That were Hornets last year at the state tournament. Dumped in by McCoy. Hornets will make some changes over there on the bench as they get into the zone. 13 minutes left to go. About 4 minutes played here as it leaks back out to neutral ice and is hung up on the boards. Edina, the co-Lake Conference champions with Minnetonka last year, as well as winning the state tournament. It's a crossover matchup with Andover to the Northwest Suburban Conference. They finished second in that league last year. Andover won 11 of 12 games down the stretch to reach the state semifinals last year. And they, of course, lost in that semifinal matchup to Hill Murray, who would meet and lose to the Hornets in the title game. A wrap-around attempt there. And a good look by Edina as Lorelei Nelson tried to wrap it around. The Penn State commit cleared by the Huskies. It's coming right back for an offensive zone faceoff. Andover winning 11 of 12, including their state quarterfinal matchup down the stretch of the season. Their only loss during that run was a 3-0 defeat to the Hornets at Braemar. We mentioned 2 3-0 games last year, both played in Edina. 1 win from each team in their 2 matchups last season. Kate McCoy comes away with it out of the faceoff win in behind for Davis. She's blocked off and it's cleared up to the half boards. Here now some good skating by Sophia Meny, the sophomore who wears number 6. Gets it in behind, and Kaylin Capson, a sophomore, is there for Edina. One back, Atkinson tried to throw it out front. Good work by the defenseman Capson to get onto that near post and block it before it got through to her goaltender. Here's Capson with it again. Where's a hit here to get it along to Libby Moe. Smooth skating defenseman here for these Hornets. She's bodied up by Jones. The Badger commit pinching forward from the blue line here for Andover to keep it in. In behind, Capson will go to retrieve for Edina. Still in the defensive zone for the Hornets. Here's Menny with it. She gets tripped up from behind by Kayla Starr. They're letting them play tonight. That one's rung off the glass here by Moe. It's been consistent on both sides as Jones will go back to retrieve it. 11:20 left to go in the second period. Great stretch pass by Jones. A little bit heavy off the stick, and a shot goes high and wide there from Julia Gertis. Great look for Andover on a great pass from Jones. Gertis pulled off the great deke move to open up the shot, just couldn't finish. Here's Christensen. Takes it in a slip pass from Olsen, had her pocket picked. Here comes Gina Russo, and she loses the handles on it to get it in behind. Oh, Edina had a 2-on-1 odd man rush, couldn't make anything of it, and now it's end-to-end hockey as here comes Hannah Olsen for Andover. Olsen will take it in behind, shown out wide there smartly by the defenseman DeBuck. And now the Hornets get it back up and down the right side with McCoy. McCoy tries to feed it inside of the backhander, looking for Emerson Fritz, the sophomore between the circles. 10:23 left to go here in the second period. Andover tries to rip one out around the fence, and they'll do, but it's another whistle coming for icing against the Huskies. And this will pull one back in for another offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. Matt Dean with you here on Fox 9+. Our coverage of high school hockey here in our first Fox 9 game of the week, which you can catch every Tuesday. Different matchup in prep hoops and hockey throughout the year here on the Fox 9 YouTube channel. Curtis Jolin, our producer. Nelson wins the drop, and that one just kind of floated in behind here by Taylor Gardner for Edina. It's the cycle going, trying to center it out for Horton. That was Gardner stepping up for that one-time shot. Didn't get through the traffic. Inside 10 minutes left to play here in the second period. Edina still chasing a goal here. Andover scoring with 58 seconds left in the first. The first of the year for Hannah Christensen, the senior, and a future Northeastern Husky after she finishes up her Andover Husky career, going out east and playing in the ECAC next season. Pulled out of the half wall here by the Hornets. And it's swung in deep by Thierol. Tries to get it up high, and it will skip past Thierol and out of the zone. Coming away with it out of the scrums, Nelson. Along to Gardner. Shot. Save onto her backside. It goes Claire Hills. Making the stop with a lot of traffic in front. Acrobatic. Slam down onto the ice to cover that one up. 9:10 left to go. Still 1-0 Andover. And Hills, to this point, holding this potent Edina team without a goal. Hills and her defense last year helped Claire Hills as a sophomore rack up 10 shutouts, which was tied for second most in the state. Only Claire Bronson at Lakeville South had more individual shutouts from a goaltender in high school hockey in Minnesota last year. That was a good look there for Andover as Maya Engler brushed it across the mouth of the goal, but no black shirts in front to try to tip it home. And now the Kelly Greens trying to get it out here up with Prelwitz. Eventually able to knife it through here to Audrey Davis. Davis, a sophomore, takes it into the zone in an offside position. Kate McCoy, number 8 to her left, had entered just a touch before. 8:39 left to go in the second period. We're over halfway home here from the Andover Community Center. Packed barn for a great matchup. It looks like it's standing room only here tonight in the Huskies' home barn. It has filled out really nicely here, especially at the first intermission. A lot going on here at the Andover Community Center tonight. Christensen trying to find that loose puck ahead of the scorer's table. It'll clip back here to Libby Moe. Slides it across to Prelwitz. She pirouettes and gets it through to Kate McCoy, who will chip it in deep. Mackenzie Jones, the future Wisconsin Badger, rings one off the front of the Edina bench to get it out, but back with the Hornets and finessed over wide by Libby Moe. Clipped up ahead to Christensen. Drops it on the blue line for Andrews. Works it to her backhand. Back to her forehand. Shoots in a right pad save there by McConnell. Great look for the Huskies. Nearly made it a 2-0 lead. And a fantastic save there from McConnell. A second-year starter. We talked about it a little bit in the first period. McConnell and Hannon, a pair of juniors last year in the state run, now seniors. Both split starts last year. Hannon, who's on the bench tonight, started Saturday against Proctor Hermantown. She started the section final, and then McConnell played so well in that opening round victory against Northfield. The Hornets rolled with her through the rest of the state tournament. In 3 games at state, she would pitch 2 shutouts, had a .957 save percentage, stopping 44 of 46 shots at the X. She's the goalie tonight as they're back to a 2-goalie system. There, that one's blocked out here by Camille DeBuck. Hannon is 1A or 1B, depending on who you ask, because that one's floated across. Hannon has spent time playing for the Team USA under-18s. She's committed to play D1 at St. Thomas. And Reese McConnell, so good and got so hot late last season. The Hornets with an embarrassment of riches in goal. They had a player who has worn the red, white, and blue for Team USA sitting on the bench at the state tournament last year. It's more of an indictment of the depth of the Hornets have at the position more than anything. Nice spinning try there by number 12, Lorelei Nelson. Chip back up ahead. The Huskies trying to find something on the rush. She gets sandwiched in between 2 Hornets is Aubrey Kelly. That was Many, rather, number 6, trying to go the other way. And the Hornets trying to break up the play here at neutral. Huskies able to resist the pressure, but a pass leaks through ahead to Taylor Gardner. And Gardner sent it over the blue line, and Gertis hit the ice. That was called for offside. And we'll have a neutral zone faceoff here with 5:58 remaining here in the second period. Well, the last point on those 2 goalies, Hannon, who started the section final, McConnell, they rolled with her through to state. She's the one in goal tonight. Those 2 both only got their first varsity hockey opportunities last year because there was an amazing goaltender by the name of Uma Cornea who had held the starting number 1 goaltender job for much of their first 2 seasons of high school. So McConnell and Hannon kind of were 2A and 2B for many years. They're a good save by McConnell as we're talking about her because Cornea was here. So talk about that lineage of girls hockey goalies at Edina. There are a few better in the state, if any. Horton will send it in deep, certainly in recent history. 5:29 left to play here in the second period. Audrey Davis, left side half boards. Huskies have looked dangerous off the rush, but again, the zone time continues to favor the Hornets as they lock things down on this end of the ice, but they trail this game 1-0. Libby Moe holds the zone, throws it off to the circle. That was Kayla Starr spinning to ultimately send it in deep. And it's picked up by the Huskies. They look to stretch. Oh, how about that pass? Through to Gertis, toe drags, can't stuff it home. What a save to deny Hannah Olson there for Reese McConnell. What a play by the Huskies and a stretch pass through. Like we said, Edina have got the zone time advantage, but the Huskies are content to sit back and absorb some pressure when they can get up and go like that off the rush. Great save from McConnell to keep this at a 1-goal deficit for the Hornets. That'll be icing against Edina, and Andover will have a chance to win a draw here in the offensive end to our left. 1-0 Huskies. The goal came inside the final minute of the first period. Hannah Christensen scoring on a shot from the point by Mackenzie Jones. And still that tally has it at a 1-0 lead for the Huskies. This is Andrews in there at the circle. Number 14, Piper Andrews. Scored 2 goals and had 9 assists last season following a 10-point season as a freshman 2 years ago. Andrews the one floating that one across. It was kicked aside there by the netminder McConnell. Huskies hold the zone, and Twist to try to find that puck up the right side. Intercepted behind her own goal line by DeBuck. Tries to pass her way out of it. Edina can't clear. Held in at the right point by the Huskies. Now it's jammed up along the wall. McCoy and Andrews are in there for Andover. Oh, fed out in front and a pass from behind the cage. And they nearly teed up a great chance that time for Ella Thorson. But good pressure here by Andover. We said Edina have had a lot more offensive zone time here tonight. 3:36 left to go, and Andover are starting to buckle down and get some time in their offensive zone here to put the pressure on as they've got the 1-0 lead here in the defending state champions, trying to hand Edina their first loss since late February of this calendar year when they lost in the regular season finale at Orono before ripping off 6 straight en route to the state title. Glove down here by Lorelei Nelson. Future Penn State Nittany Lion carries it up the left side, flutters one in, scramble for that loose puck. Good initial save by Hills with the left pad, and then finds it to ice the puck with 3:16 left to go here in the second. Still 1-0 Huskies on the Andover goal from Hannah Christensen, her first of the year, inside the final minute of the first period. Engler is going to be kicked out of the face-off circle here for the Huskies. And they'll bring in one of the wingers here to take the draw. Facing off against Nelson is Olsen. And she did come up with a puck there for Andover. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in the second. A 1-0 Husky lead. One off the half boards, trying to switch one across there after taking it away up at the wall with the Hornets. .254 left. Oh, good pad save there made by Hills on a puck that was chopped through by one of the Edina Hornets. Raced after on the other end by Taylor Gardner. Nice reach there by Olsen to keep it in at the blue line. But on a second effort, it's poked out and twisted out of there by Gardner. Gardner will send it in behind as the Hornets make changes. Inside 2.5 minutes left to play here in the second period. 1 goal and 1 penalty. Edina were not able to get a shot off on their 1 power play chance. There's a steamed shot ripped in from Brenna Prelwitz. Stretch and a glove save by Hills, the junior, showing off the zip off her stick. Prelwitz had a power play goal last week Thursday in the opener against Rogers. Prelwitz was one of the big catalysts for that run to the state tournament last year as a sophomore. Sammy Cowger at the end of the season, the head coach of the Hornets, talked about after a loss in late November to Hill Murray, the Hornets had a long chat after the game, stayed out past 11 p.m. talking in their home barn at Braemar. And one of the changes that went down, they brought up 2 JV players, one a senior and one a sophomore, in Prelwitz, who's still with the team now as a junior. And those 2 were big contributors. There's a rebound, falls to Andover, and it's batted in. Ella Thorson makes it 2-0 Huskies. With 1:45 left to go, Thorson finds a juicy rebound off a good initial save from McConnell, and the Huskies take the first 2-goal lead of the game. At 15:15 of the second period, Thorson scores. It'll be her first of the year to make it 2-0 Huskies. We'll listen in for the assists. Amelia McQuay, the senior, gets the assist. That's Thorson's first of the year. She had a dozen last season as a junior. 28 points. She was tied for 5th on the Andover team in total points last season. It comes with inside 2 minutes left to go here in the second period.
1 minute remaining in the second
And Edina staring down their first deficit of the season, only 3 games in. They're now looking at their first 2-goal deficit of the year. Remember, the Hornets scored 16 straight goals, turned over here by many on the forecheck. Not able to snap off that quick shot, but another good look for the Huskies off the rush, rebound, and coming out of her crease to attack the angle on Atkinson and make the save there was McConnell. Oh, a couple of big plays there by the goalie McConnell, who has stood tall here for Edina. 33 seconds left to go in period number 2, and the Huskies drawing down here in their offensive zone. Atkinson in as the near side winger alongside Julia Gertis. Gets tied up in the circle and loses it here to Davis. Can't clear the way for Edina, and a bouncing puck shot in for the point by one of the captains, Mackenzie Jones. That one secured by McConnell. And we'll have another face-off coming up to McConnell's left. 2-0. Thorson scoring from McQuay. A goal in each period here for the Huskies. Same matchup as Edina's Davis wins the draw. And now breaks it out here for the Hornets. Getting it in deep. 6 seconds left to go. Held at the line. One last blast from the point. Slap shot there by Camille DeBuck, the senior. Puck is covered and secured by Hills, but before the whistle comes, it'll take us to the end of the second period. Andover scoring 2 goals, both with less than 2 minutes to go in each period, and they've got a 2-0 lead as we head into the second intermission on the reigning state champions. It's Andover 2, Edina 0 here on Fox 9 Plus.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
If you're looking for award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Mike Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Back inside the Andover Community Center, Andover adds to their lead, and they're up 2-0 here at the second intermission on the Edina Hornets. Matt Dean with you here on this broadcast on Fox 9's YouTube channel, our prep game of the week. Let's get into our scoring summary here from the second period. Andover led 1-0 going into the first intermission. They scored on a goal just before the first break with 58 seconds left to go. This time, a little bit less of a buzzer beater, but still a backbreaker of sorts for Edina with 15:15 on the clock, less than 2 minutes remaining. Ella Thorson, the senior, picks up that rebound on the initial shot driven in by Amelia McQuay. Just a scramble out in front of the net, and that's what it took to beat a very good goaltender in Reese McConnell. It took a second chance opportunity on the second goal. It took kind of a tough bouncing puck and a shot in from the point that had to get a deflection with some net front presence. You're not going to beat either of these goalies. Hills, who had 10 shutouts last year for Andover, and McConnell, who was maybe the best goaltender on the planet for that week-long stretch when Edina lifted the state tournament championship. They played in some big moments, made some big stops, and it took a couple of wild scrambles in front of the net to beat McConnell for the 2 goals for Andover here tonight. So Thorson from McQuay at 15:15 of the second period adds to the lead for the Huskies, who, despite losing one of their 2 matchups with Edina this year, they have won 5 of the previous 6 meetings with Edina since losing to the Hornets in the state championship game back in the 2021 Class AA title game. Shots in this game, they now favor Andover 14-10. So in that second period, the Huskies out shooting Edina 8-6, 14-10, as we said, overall in the game, and Andover added to their lead to make it 2-0 after 2. We had our first penalty of the game. It came less than 2 minutes into the period. Maya Engler was shown to the box for a cross-check for the Huskies. Andover kill off that penalty. They've killed off 8 straight to start the year and put a damper on that Edina power play, who had been 4 of 6 to begin the season coming in this one. So a goal from Thorson by McQuay has the Huskies sitting pretty with a 2-0 lead. This is an explosive Edina offense. We'll see what kind of response Sammy Cowger's side has when we come back for the start of the third period. That's next on our Fox 9 Game of the Week here on YouTube.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
If you're looking for award-winning customer service, look no further than the Mattingly State Farm Agency, where the client always comes first. The Mattingly State Farm Agency offers free insurance evaluations to make sure you are always receiving the best price. Mike Mattingly State Farm is proud to sponsor and support Andover High School and youth athletics. Call 763-421-5850 for a no-hassle quote and evaluation of your current insurance. Make sure to mention Andover Girls Hockey, and Mike Mattingly will donate to the program.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Back inside the Andover Community Center, 2-0 Huskies leading the defending state champions Edina. And Andover are 17 minutes away from potentially handing the Hornets their first loss since February 1st when they fell 3-1 in their regular season finale at Orono. The Hornets went on to win 6 straight after that and claim their 5th state title in school history. Edina roaring out of the gates this year. They had scored 14 straight goals to open up the season before giving up a third period tally on Saturday to Proctor Hermantown. So Edina very early into the new season in uncharted territory here, down a pair of goals, entering the third. But if there's a team in the state, you could squint and find a way they could overcome a multi-goal deficit in one period, I think it'd be the Hornets. They had come in 14 goals scored through 2 games this year. They were top 15 in Class AA, scoring 4 goals per game as a team last year. Andover and junior netminder Claire Hills trying to pitch her second shutout in 3 games to start the year. Andover have given up 1 even-strength goal this year. That was at Minnetonka last Thursday. The top-ranked Skippers added a late empty netter to make that a pretty deceiving final scoreline of 2-0. Huskies have played great to start the year. That was Jones knocking the goal off its moorings. Her skate got caught up on the side of the net, and as she tried to pull away, she nearly tipped it over forward into her netminder Claire Hills. The referees noticed. They blow the whistle dead here as the goal came off. 20 seconds into this third period, 2-0 Andover. They will pull the face-off back here for a neutral zone draw. This is Lorelei Nelson going after the draw here for Edina. Piper Engler snapping the draw off to the side of her own bench, and now Engler comes up with it here for Andover. She gets it out wide to Jones. An incredible record of scoring for Mackenzie Jones. She's a senior. She led Andover in points as a defenseman last year with 47 total points from the blue line. In her career, entering today, she has 94 career points in 94 games played. A point-per-game scorer as a blue liner. There's that one centered on. Good look trying to get it to Lorelei Nelson off the top of the circle. It was Whitney Horton trying to slide it through to her. Andover clears. Icing's waved off. 15:53 left to go here. A spin in by Horton. And Whitney will carry it in. One of a couple of St. Thomas commits on this Edina roster. Little will clear. As we mentioned, we've got 9 D1 commits in this game. 2 state semifinalists from last year with a ton of talent. 4 on Andover, 5 here on Edina. And we'll add at least to that in case we missed one. And there are certainly plenty of other players. Good luck for Andover. Spinning and finding that puck in the centering feed in front of the net was Piper Andrews. Could not snap off the shot. And then Taylor Schreifels couldn't hold it at the blue line here for Andover. Schreifels nearly gave it away to the forechecker as Stella Hankinson, the senior, was getting after it in the offensive zone on the check there for Edina. All right, we played over 2 minutes here into the third, less than 15 to go. Here's Amelia McQuay walking it in, shooting from outside the top of the right circle, and a comfortable glove save for Reese McConnell, who has played well for Edina in goal. We mentioned it in the intermission report. It's taken kind of a tough bounce and a tip in front to beat her, and then a rebound second opportunity. 2 netminders you just aren't going to beat clean off a shot more often than not. 14:40 left to go. As trying to walk that out front was Julia Gertis. Andover able to work the cycle down low to the corner. 14:30 left to go here, third period. Huskies in the zone and with the lead. Fensky held it at the blue line. Glove down and on goal. They're going to call a hand pass. That was Julia Gertis trying to glove it down to herself. She ended up scooping it through all the way to McConnell. That wouldn't have counted had it went in the back of the net, and it's going to draw the faceoff all the way back into the Huskies' defensive zone for the hand pass. Piper Engler squares around to take the draw and wins it up against Lorelei Nelson on the second effort, gets it to the top of the circle. Nelson leaves it there for Brenna Prelwitz. Prelwitz was one of the couple of the JV call-ups for Edina last year that came up and transformed the team, according to head coach Sammy Cowger, on their way to state last year. After that loss to Hill Murray at the end of November, Prelwitz came up and stayed up. And a lot of their contributions in part on the ice, and a lot of it in part of what they did in the locker room as big culture builders, were some flowers shown at the end of the season from Sammy Cowger to her team and the way they turned it around and won the state title despite going into that tournament as a 4 seed. They had to knock off the number 1 seed Minnetonka in the semis and beat the 2 seed Hill Murray with that terrific goaltender Grace Zahn in net for the Pioneers in the final. Edina bringing back over 70% of their scoring from that team, carried up by Davis, tried to feather it through, looking for Horton on the weak side. And this will be tipped along by Horton back to the blue line. Shot for the point, ripped in. Good effort there by DeBuck. And a tip out front there by Davis just went wide. Hornets have had some good looks. Andover have kept a lot of it to the outside as they try to clear. They dump one into their own bench. Sent out a play here by the Huskies and number 14, Piper Andrews. And it'll be a face-off staying here in the Edina offensive end. 14-on-14, Davis against Andrews. And it clips its way in behind the net, cleared up to the half wall, and Gardner holds it in here for Edina. Rung around the wall to the far side. Kept in by Thorson. Thorson had the second goal for Andover, which came with 1:45 remaining at the end of the second period. Both Andover goals have come inside the last 2 minutes of each of the first 2 periods. Swept out the rest of the way there by Amelia McQuay, third-year varsity player now in her senior year at Andover. Carried back in by Audrey Davis. Davis with some space, switches backhand, save made by Hills, sprawls out just on the edge of the blue paint to cover the loose puck and the rebound. 12-13 left to go. Hills trying to finish off what would be her second shutout in 3 starts to begin the year. And that is no small feat based on the schedule that the Huskies have played. They shut out Holy Angels, who were ranked 4th heading into the year in Class A, in a 1-0 win to start the year. And then just barely, as we said, were edged last week Thursday by the top-ranked Minnetonka Skippers in a 2-0 game that included a late empty net goal. Hills reaches out and covers. So they've given up 3 goals, but Hills has only given up one of those. But they've given up 2 goals, and Hills has only given up 1. Her goals against average, impeccable, coming into play today, and a save percentage north of .970 on the season. Held up the line by Libby Moe. A couple of blocks out there by the Huskies, hotly in pursuit, and cleared out of there finally by Aubrey Kelly, who wears the number 8 shirt for the Huskies. That was Many, in fact, number 6. She's still in on the forecheck. Taylor Starr gets it off the stick of Russo, gets it back out to neutral, picked up at center ice by Atkinson. She had a stick dropped by one of the Hornets in her way that she had to skate around, and it's feathered back in up the boards and picked up now by Molly Clough, the freshman, I believe, getting her first shift of the game here in varsity tonight. He's a swing liner. Here's Engler, right side, shoots in off the glass behind. 6 minutes gone here in the third period, 11 left to play. Held up on the edge of the Edina bench. Clough's in the thick of the play on the wall, chipped it in. Molly Clough is one of a couple of blue liners that the Huskies have debuted to the varsity level this year. Here's Little, one of the more experienced defensemen. He's committed to St. Thomas, and Little trying to clear it. Stuffed one into her own bench. She thought better of giving a full-on push there to Lorelei Nelson, but she kind of motioned her hands in the way of a push. She was thinking about it. And smart play there. Really any time not to take the penalty, but Andover playing smart here with a 2-0 lead. Don't want to give another power play opportunity to this potent Edina team. They've already had to kill off one penalty tonight, the Huskies. They break it out wide to Christensen. Walks it in, edge of the circle right side. Tries to skip in around Taylor Gardner. One back by the Hornets. DeBuck trying to clear. Rolled through the circles and ripped out the rest of the way off the glass by Hankinson. Tried to stretch it down there to Brenna Prelwitz. Scheffels is in on the forecheck. Schreifels rather resisting the forecheck here for Andover. Shuffles it along the wall. And one back there for a moment on the backhand by Kate McCoy. Played up to the half boards, and here comes Christensen again. She's got one of the 2 goals for Andover tonight, the first of her senior year. Oh, nice drop pass to Olsen, who fires and scores. Oh, Christensen with a selfless play, left it just off the hash marks there for Olsen to sweep in behind and rip it home. That's the senior's first goal of the season, and the Huskies have a commanding 3-0 lead on the reigning state champions here at home. Olsen from Christensen on a beautiful play. It's going to be a 2-point night for the senior Christensen, who set it up, and Hannah Olsen slammed it home there for Andover. Comes at 7 minutes and 42 seconds into the third period.
Scored by number 24, Lena Bensky. Assist to number 34, Olivia Larson. Time of the goal, 9:38. That's Olsen from Larson at 9:38 of the period.
So inside 9 minutes left to go. Hannah Olsen scoring for Andover to set it up as a 3-0 lead. Whitney Horton tried to feather it across here between the circles. And now Andrews walks into the zone here for Andover. Eight minutes, 20 seconds left now in regulation. Picked off the wall here by Libby Moe. Fed forward and clipped up from Davis. Number 15, Horton. She'll send it in off the end boards where it'll be collected by Molly Clough. Clough up through. And reaching back to collect that one is Courtney Little. They're going to whistle a play for a trip. This is going to put the Huskies short-handed here and bring Edina into a power play situation. Taylor Schreifels is the one in the box for the trip here for Andover. 7 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third. Second penalty of the game. Both have been taken by the Huskies. They try to make it a perfect 9-for-9 start on the penalty kill to start the year. Good start as they win the faceoff and send it end to end.
Taylor Schreifels, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 7:53 of the third period. That's Schreifels for tripping at 7:53 of the
So Schreifels for a trip. Edina are 0 for 1 in the power play so far tonight. They only mustered up one shot on that power play last time. Davis starts cycling it off the half boards here. Libby Moe gets it back from Horton. Moe and Horton playing catch with it. Shot in by Horton. Took a tip. Wraparound attempt at a backhand. Swallowed up there by Hills. Another save as she's trying to cling on to her shutout now. 7:06 left to go. 1:13 on this Edina power play. With a face-off that will be taken to Hills' left. And Maya Engler not able to win the draw up against Lorelei Nelson. From the point, sent low by Moe, hoping for a tip. Cleared out of there by Andover. Inside a minute left to go in this Edina power play. Less than 7 to play here in the third period. Andover have scored a goal in each frame. Christensen, Thorson, and Olsen. And have a 3-zip lead on the reigning state champions, trying to hand them their first loss since February. Hornets out to a 2-0 start. It would lift Andover to a 2-1 beginning of the season. Only a late empty net goal included in a 2-0 defeat to Minnetonka to start the year. Nice shot around a screen created by the defender who got out in front. Lorelei Nelson liked her chances. Claire Hills making a nice save, rearing her head through some traffic there to make the stop. She has now saved all 14 Edina shots in the game. And 26 seconds left to go in this Hornet power play. Stella Hankinson ties up and wins it. Emerson Fritz couldn't snap off the shot. Hannah Olsen came in and tied up her stick. It was a great look and a great scoring area right between the hash marks. So an important defensive play there by Olsen, the senior, back checking to preserve the shutout maybe. Although Hills, the goalie, would probably say, I would have had it if you wouldn't have stopped it. All right, both teams return to full strength. Andover's killed off each of their 2 penalties tonight. They're 9-9 on the kill to start the year now. Edina have not committed a penalty in this game. Skies over Fensky, gets in deep. Hills comes back with her paddle to play it. The future Tommy Courtney Little clears it as far as the blue line. Hornets get it up to DeBuck from her knees. Sent it into the circle. McQuay will pick it up here for Andover. And McQuay out wide and into the zone here as it was played heavy off the stick there to get it in deep now by Thorson. Cleared back out the neutral. Here's Jones. Mackenzie Jones, 4th-year varsity player. McQuay trying to get it back to her. Cleared end-to-end by the Hornets. It'll be icing on the Kelly Greens. We've got inside 5 minutes left to go here in the third period. 3-0 Andover if you're just picking us up on our Fox 9 broadcast here on YouTube. Hannah Christensen scored with 58 seconds left to go in the first period, assisted by Wisconsin commit Mackenzie Jones to make it 1-0. Andover added a second goal. It came with 1:45 left in the second. Thorson from McQuay, and then what feels like a backbreaker and a deciding tally. Olsen from Christensen at 7:42 into the third. Have the Huskies threatening to take their 6th game in 7 tries over the Edina Hornets, who split in a pair of meetings with the Huskies last season. Both played at Braemar. And if this result holds, it would be 6 wins in 7 games by Andover against Edina since the Hornets beat the Huskies for the state title back in 2021. Both teams will have some positives to take away. Edina have looked dangerous, created some chances here against a really stout Andover defense. But as of now, it's all going to be moral victories here as they have not found a way to beat Claire Hills, who's 4 minutes away from posting her 2nd shutout in 3 games to start the year. Nice job by Christensen to jump the passing lane. Briefly a 2-on-2 odd man rush. It's broken up by the defenseman Lily Horton, the sophomore who got out there and swept up the play. And now forward for her sister Whitney Horton. Whitney, the forward, is a senior. Lily, the sophomore. Carried out by Courtney Little from the blue line. She'll get it as far as neutral ice. She's upended from behind whistle coming, and they're going to call a hook on Edina. And Andover, already with a 3-0 lead, are now going to have a skater advantage here as Libby Moe is sent to the sin bin here for the hook. 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to go here in the third period, and Andover with a chance to check an early season box. They're 0 for 4 on the power play to start the year. They want to kill some time here and try to give their goaltender Claire Hills as best of a chance as possible for another shutout to open the year, but they're also looking for that first power play goal.
2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 3:31 of the third period.
It is Andrews and Schreifels who are working the point spots here for Andover. Molly Clough, I think, number 20 it looks like, is out on the ice. Can't set anything up, and it's cleared here by the Hornets. Over 30 seconds gone of this power play opportunity for the Huskies. Andrews remains on the ice, picks it up off the half wall right side and carries it out past her teammate McQuay. Still Piper Andrews in behind the cage, and a body on her in the form of Camille DeBuck, number 11 for Edina. They work it back around up high with Schreifels. Inside a minute left to go in this power play. 2.5 minutes left to play in regulation. Andover leading it comfortably with a 3-0 lead. That was a little bit uncomfortably zipped into the Edina bench. And with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left, 51 seconds on the Andover power play remaining. This will stay in the Andover offensive zone. Maya Englers in there trying to win it at the dot for Andover. Cleared out of there after an Edina win. Some pressure on the smooth skating Mackenzie Jones. Good battle there between her and Charlotte Thierl, the junior, on the forecheck for Edina. But Jones, as good as they come, and putting her hip in the pocket of the forechecker and passing calmly out of the pressure. Here comes Engler entering the zone up the right side for Andover. Inside 2 minutes left, 20 seconds left in the skater advantage for the Huskies, who had the 3-0 lead. Shot in for the point. That hit off of one of the Hornets, Prelwitz, I think, that allowed for that tip. The initial blast in came from Mackenzie Jones. A Wisconsin commit goes back to retrieve it out of her own end. Good pass. Up the line now to Hannah Olsen. 2 seconds left on the power play. Drop to the point here for Engler. And both teams back at full strength as Edina kill off the penalty. So Edina are 0 for 2, and now the Huskies are 0 for 1 and have not scored in 5 power play tries to start the year. But the outcome of this one settled. Just over 60 seconds remaining in a 3-0 Andover lead as they just try to close out the shutout here in a statement victory early in the year against the reigning state champions in the Edina Hornets. Both these teams, sometimes you hype up these matchups. You say, oh, 2 state semifinalists from a year ago. Remember, both these teams returning over 70% of their scoring from last year, including this Andover team, the 4th place finishers at state, who brought back 80% of their team. Really only graduated 2 significant senior contributors from last year. Forward Nora Sauer, who's playing at St. Thomas, among them, and they look up to it. Some good goaltending, some great defense, and just enough offensively where they sat back and had to defend a lot in their D zone tonight, where Edina, it looked like, really brought the pressure early, but the Huskies looked extremely dangerous on the rush and created some chances. 30 seconds left to go. And the Huskies looking to close out their 3rd game of the year to go to 2-1. It would be their 2nd shutout. Trying to change that. Up the right side comes number 11, Camila DeBuck. Passed up through with 9 seconds left to go. And now here comes Atkinson. Atkinson shoots, tough angle, cleared by McConnell. She sprawls out to cover with 0.7 seconds left on the clock. And are they going to make them do just a formality here in the face-off? Nope, the official's going to make the motion. They'll run out the rest of the clock. Andover with their second shutout in 3 games to start the year. They top the reigning state champions and hand Edina their first loss going back to February 1st earlier this year at Orono to end the regular season. Andover go to 3-1. Number 4 upends number 2, handing Edina their first loss early in the 24-25 girls hockey season. We'll take a quick break. Back in 90 seconds here on the YouTube channel on Fox 9. I'm Matt Dean. We'll wrap this one up here from the Andover Community Center in 90 seconds next here on Fox 9.
There are